Well, hello. This might look unfamiliar. That's because this is the kitchen wall. We've been busy. Welcome back to another episode of renovating our 70s home literally from the ground up. We had a public holiday this week and we're taking full advantage of it to get some extra stuff done. This used to be pipes. Now we have an outlet for a pot filler. An outlet for the gas. Is that the gas, Danny?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. For the gas, because we also have a stove. And then we've got an outlet for water from the fridge. That was already there. We've also been busy with painting the main bedroom. Well, it's the undercoat, but it's still good. And it smells so nice. The plumbers also came in and fitted the vanity and gave us some water. You saw the lights last time, but I still like it. Oh, good. Look at this. We've got a door. Hey, Danny, did you have a good time doing the doors?
No. Lots was learned doing the doors.
Well, it's only the first time we've ever done a door.
Yeah.
So Saturday, what are you working on today?
Gonna finish off the windows, get the window sills in, and the architrave done around the windows. And then after that, might do some more plasterboarding, straightening walls.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes we have a bit of tension about our different opinions about having materials on site. I prefer to use the materials that we have and get things clear, but you like
Just have materials on site.
to do what you want. And so then it means that we also have an area like this, just full of trip hazards, with like corners for in the bathroom, and then architrave for around all the doors and windows, and then windows. Well, actually, the windowsills are really nice. Danny, if you could have your choice, how many materials would you have on site at all times?
We'd probably wouldn't go room by room. We would got the whole thing, plasterboard the whole thing. Do kind of so you're not jumping from job to job and having excess materials like the cornice. We always had to order that. So I think that's part of the reason why we've got.
Would you prefer to order everything for the entire house of the one material and then do it at a time? What happened to your thumb?
Oh, spray paint.
What were you spray painting?
The socket fell under the thing, under the cabinet.
Oh, yeah, excellent. Okay, not mad about that. It is a bit of a problem that your designer hasn't completely finished designing everything for every room, so you wouldn't be able to do that.
And then things change as we go.
Yeah, we do figure things out and realise we had to change things.
Yeah.
And who's your designer? Whose
You.
fault is it?
You.
Oh.
Yours.
Okay, we're going to get in. I'm aware of my limitations. I promise, we are so close to finishing the bathroom. The last coat of plaster on the ceiling, which means that tomorrow, Danny can fan for the stuff and then I can paint the ceiling. It's exciting. Let's go. So we chose these down lights. They're so, I don't know if you can see, but they like twist. I can even turn them on and not blind myself or others. Because we're so close to finishing the bathroom, there's a lot of like finishing off type jobs. So I've got to put those little pencil tiles on the rest of the whole wall. Then we have to try and do the window. I think it's going to be quite difficult. Got the cornice, so down there, put the cornice up. We're going to put another little capping tile between the top of this tile and the cornice. The cornice is 75mm, so there should be a little bit of space in here to do a little capping tile. But we want to put the cornice on first to make sure we get the right tile to actually fit in there, because they're like $3.50 per tile. That's the plan. Even though I'm left-handed with a pen, I still find it most difficult to do plastering with my left hand. I wonder what that's about. so weird to have like all these really specific opinions and needs for their tools. And now that I'm renovating, I totally get it. My specifically favourite width of like little plastic knife to do it with. Okay, we're gonna do this wall. And so I'm gonna go get my favourite plastic trowel for first coating. And here it is. This one's actually 150. And I finally found my scissors. You might have noticed that I've been cutting the tape with a chef's knife. What is that? I don't know. And I finally found the scissors because Danny cleaned up.
Thought I had to try to make no mistakes. I prep ahead of time. I'm never late. Make it there on time. Don't bring down the mood. Greet them with a smile. I thought that it was smart.
Another thing that I do, which I'm sure is not what the professionals do, but when I have been plastering and I have a little bit left, I go to another room that's currently under plastering and I try and look for a little spot where I can put that much plaster. So as you can see, this room is like progressively partially plastered, but there's lots of sections where it's not done. And that's because I've been coming in and doing little bits while I've been doing other rooms, and so eventually this room is going to be plastered without me ever having to actually spend a whole day plastering it. So I've only got a little bit again, so I'll try and probably do the screw holes around the window. And just like that, very low waste. Alright, back in the bathroom. And I need to do filling around the architrave, these little gaps. And I also need to seal the edge where the tile meets the countertop. This week, I had lunch with a friend who's very handy. And we had a very difficult conversation trying to communicate this task that I'm about to do. Because I kept saying I need to caulk the gaps around the architrave and then silicone the basin. And he's like, what are you talking about? Silicone is caulking. And I even had to ask Google about it. And don't tell the other women, but I had to tell him that I was wrong and that he was right. Now I don't know what to call this, but I use this device to put it in the areas. But anyway, the moral of the story is that I'm going to fill the gaps on this architrave, and then we'll go into siliconing, which, as we learned last week, I love it. So I did the siliconing off camera because I was really stressed enough about it, and it was beautiful. And then I was like, cool, I'm moving to the next thing, which will be tiling. And then I came back after a little bit and I was like, there's a little bit that's not quite right. And I could not stop myself from touching it and fucked it up. So we're just going to put a plant over it.
The pain, and I can't believe I got so judgy. I don't know what got into me. Can't believe I let it get so ugly. I let it go.
I forgot that I had to cut it down for that side.
So judgy, making sure nobody got above me. Can't believe I let it get so ugly. I let it go too far. Got so inside of it.
Okay, so that dry fit worked. These actually cut, I don't know if you can see, so nicely.
To fall neon.
Everything is folding this way and this way. So I got all involved in my own stuff and my own focus, and I didn't even look at the cool things that Danny's doing. Check this out. What are you doing?
Architrave.
Look how pretty.
I don't know if this is the right way of doing it, but I've got the two sides up. Marked where the corners are, and then I'll just mark on what direction my 45 is going.
And then I'll just slot in here.
Okay.
So we just got a plain piece of wood in here and then architrave on top.
Yeah.
He's so clever. Alright, I'm gonna go make some lunch. Okay, we're finishing up for the day. A little earlier than one might usually expect. Worked a few hours after lunch, but this is as far as I got. was working on the interior window sills, tiles. So we need little strips all the way around. Sorry, the light's terrible. And then there's one here, and 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 one here. And then we also have this graveyard of tiles over here and here. And there's also more back in the bin. Yeah, I did have enough offcuts from doing the wall tiles to be able to do the interior of the window and have 4 spares, 4 accidents. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to start with some new full tiles. And I'm mad about it, so I'm finishing early. Because I just keep making mistakes. I'm not focusing. Here's a hot tip for all the female renovators out there and all the female participants. Don't do focus and joinery work on the same week as PMS. Okay? Okay. We're going to get some wine. Bye. So, like, was I just hungry? We're showered now.
Flow that's crazy, do it so good that's sad, yeah. Cut out the two, just pay me. I'll mash up a shirt, I'm Jan, yeah, that's amazing. Nice to meet you, man, yeah. Gotta rush off, it's crazy, yeah, it's crazy, yeah, it's crazy, yeah. You know this world is mad, it's crazy.
And we have enough left to finish that windowsill in the spare bedroom. One moment. So while I'm mixing up your corner cement, I'm thinking about my favourite tools. Do you have a favourite tool?
No, I want them equally.
Do you have a least favourite tool?
Probably the electric planer. I think it's just I'm not that good at it. A new chop saw is probably one of my favourite ones, I think.
How come?
It's just new, it's accurate. I had so much trouble with that old one.
Where you had to it would never cut straight.
Yeah.
Here's your cement.
Thanks.
You're welcome. This is probably of extremely low interest to anybody except for myself and other people who enjoy finishing a pen. But I just mixed up some tile adhesive and for the first time ever put the exact right amount of powder into the water that I had without measuring anything the first time to get exactly the consistency I was looking for. How did I not get bullied at school? Also, I forgot that tile in here. Oh, I can touch that, surely.
No, take it down. Making the decision.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Looks good.
Like a glove. Which way? Well done.
Thank you. Do you want to have a coffee? Yeah, I'm gonna make some coffee.
You like that? Alright, tea time. Being so careful because each of these little tiles is $8.25. So alright, we're gonna find the center of this one, center of this one, center of this one, and then work out from there again, and then we'll do little miter cuts to join them together. Actually, the lighting is so terrible, I'll just show you at the end. Now that light's a little bit better. So you can see came in and did the join where that one was, which means it will have a little bit of a better distance to do a miter cut on all the edges. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of swearing in getting that ready. Yay! Pipeline. Myself. Manual labour, amazingly, is laborious. So, you know, happy husband, happy wife.